The threat has been using the media to weaken our minds. They pit us against one another, overload us with meaningless information, and make us cynical and apathetic. The only defense is to train the mind and awaken from this anesthetic fog. When the mind kill comes, only those with the proper mind tech will remain. These few will be the only bridge left to the world as we know it. Statistically, most people killed by guns use them on themselves. This is because the threat specifically targets potential receivers for their strongest mental attacks. They apply their full direct power to crush your spirit and control your mind, and can even take direct control of your body for several seconds. It is ironic, but the only way to defend yourself against this attack is to be unarmed until it passes, and then rearm yourself and resume your training. Every true receiver has experienced this. The Austrian military was very happy with the Glock 17, but their elite Einsatzkommando Cobra units wanted even more firepower, so they requested a Glock that could fire in fully automatic mode. Sometimes you just need to put 34 holes in someone in less than 2 seconds, or at least in their general direction. Now, Glock reluctantly sent them his updated model, the Glock 18 machine pistol, an excellent tool for converting money into noise at 1200 RPM. This was a very simple conversion, because it's simpler to design self-loading firearms to be fully automatic to begin with, and then slow them down with a disconnector piece. Glock just added a switch to disconnect the disconnector. An enterprising Chinese gunsmith realized that you could disable the Glock 17 disconnector at home by just sticking a precisely shaped piece of metal into the backplate and started selling conversion kits. The American Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms consider that fun switch to be the world's smallest machine gun, so don't order one online, unless you're lonely and really want to hang out with an ATF squad. People often wonder where the Glock 17 came from. So, while Herr Gaston Glock was his day job as a manager of an Austrian radiator factory, he dreamed up new ways to use the old Soviet metal press he kept in his garage. With poetic inspiration, he named his first product, a doorknob, the Glock 1. His second invention was the Glock 2 curtain rod, and so on, up to the Glock 15 entrenching tool for the Austrian army. When the Austrian infantry adopted the Steyr AUG assault rifle with a radical design based on a polymer frame, he learned to use an injection molding machine to create the matching Glock 16 bayonet with a polymer handle. And while delivering his bayonets to the Ministry of Defense, he overheard two colonels complaining about the latest pistol trials. none of the competitors were hitting the mark. Glock asked them if he could try designing a pistol, and they laughed in his face. Now, how could some random civilian compete with old masters like Beretta, Steyr, and Sig Sauer? He had no experience with firearms, so he bought a few and took them apart, and tried to figure out how he could make a new one, Steyr Oz. 1 year later, he filed a patent for his latest invention, the Glock 17 pistol.